Hello everyone, Jeff here. Welcome back to some Godslayer Arena. Today we are going to hopefully finally beat Gate 10. So what I'm going to do for this video is any runs that are like 5 floors or less and we like lose really early, I'm just going to cut out. I do all these recordings live, like I don't do any like B-roll audio unless I have like something important to say or mention. So, and this is like very RNG heavy. Like, if you're trying to have fun with this game, I do not recommend trying to do this on difficulty 10, but we're going to beat it. I am determined at this point. The game is getting an update soon. The devs already talked about it. He's going to redo this curse system. And I do think this game's, like, really, really fun, so we'll figure it out. Starting point here, man, Ignition Axe is so much worse than it used to be because it lost a trait. I still think it's, like, very good. Lightning Blast is kind of nuts though as like a starting spell. I'm not following any build guides this time. I seem to do better when I'm just like off the cuff, you know. I mean, I think I have a good grasp on how the game works. It's just a matter of finding the right pieces for our build as far as gear and gems go, while also not running into a set of curses that like hard counters our build. What's good could take second Lightning Blast, and I mean honestly I'll just take third Lightning Blast. Like that's a crazy start. You do want to add more spells, and you do want to add more spells because the more every spell you have increases your mana regen. I think it's by like 3, right? Yeah, every spell you have equipped increases it by 3, so you want more spells. But I think what we're probably going to end up doing is some like mana block shenanigans, because I think that's the strongest stuff I've seen so far. All right, so this does spend blitz charges. I think Dark Gambit's like kind of good. We could put that down here, and then if we had some like Enigma spell, so that we can cash in on the Enigma charge spender from Lightning Blast, and we just like chain off of each other. Having said that, if we don't find it, we can go for Electros, which is fine. Gets us some shield. It's like good starting stuff. I think this is fine. The main thing is like we don't want to die for like wave like 10 or so, right? I think it's possible probably to have like a perfect run. Definitely on the Huntress it is, because she has like built-in HP regen, which is kind of neat. But on this guy, I feel like things have to go really right. But all right, let's see. I don't think Lord Master's Cruelty is good. I've tried it so many times now, it falls apart. You do get 4 random tier 3 spells immediately, which is really good, but after that, this part is bait. Oblivion Belt wants you to have tier 2 spells equipped, and I just don't think you want to lean into tier 2 spells that hard. Dragon Scale Sash, not Slash. Imagine if it just ripped a guitar solo right now. That'd be crazy. I'd feel wrong. Reserved spells. Why does it say? Oh, because I don't have any. Never mind. Ignore me. Aside from like the whole video, watch the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You guys know the deal. Whenever you level up permanently in 20 hex deflection, I mean, you always get this at the same time, so getting it early is obviously good. Let's get 3 shop refreshes is good. Problem is, there's some really better choices. For example, Unbound Growth is like kind of ridiculous. This is also a very strong thing. Just getting another Avariciate early, but I think we're supposed to take Unbound Growth. Go for XP. Try and level up fast. So if we're doing that, we want as many traits active as possible. So we should probably take Plane Shift here. As much as I do think Forbidden Sacrifice and Empower and Nocturne are all better than Plane Shift, it gives us 4 active things here. Now, we're probably just going to end up taking Bouncing Hail instead. That would activate Doomquiver, which is kind of nice. What's the other alternatives here? Eclipse goes off with 2 and Battle Cry. Are any of these buff spells? They are not. So Battle Cry doesn't really work. I guess realistically, Bouncing Hail right now is probably better. Get doomquiver, Electros off. It's just a good start, you know. Unfortunately, we do not generate any Enigma charges, which isn't great, but that's okay. We'll probably be fine. Dark Gambit takes a long time to go off. It's doing good damage, though. Gain Martial 8 and auto cast a spell at 20 whenever you basic attack. Yeah. It is doing good damage. Okay, so we're going to level up, which is really good. And now we want to find more pairs if we can. Obviously, we have this already equipped if we want it. Shockstone is not terrible here. I mean... Ignition Axe might be better, though. The problem is getting more traits with Ignition Axe is very difficult. Whereas Shockstone has Electro Synergy, so we could switch out for Ice Shock Nova if we wanted to. It's probably fine. This video might end up being longer because I'm really taking my time here. Battle Cry. No. There is Necrobite. And Necrobite's really good. But also, kind of not. Oddly, Lightning Blast is kind of failing here too. And I think that's because it's not getting an Enigma charge spent. Is gross. I think this is going to be good enough though to beat this floor. Hopefully we don't die. We might lose a life here though. I wonder if I was gonna say I wonder if plane shift should have gone somewhere else, but hard to say. Well, we're definitely losing a life, but I think we're only losing 1. Yeah, this is not my optimal start. But I'm trying to get as many of these as possible, so we're gonna get a lot of benefit. Alright, so gems are important. Echo lets you do some really stupid things, but it doesn't give you straight up initial power, and also doesn't really help with what we're doing right now. So that's a concern. On cast, summon an attack specter. I don't think that one's very good either. Title is regen and mana generation for your best spell, but it's better later. I think I have to reroll one more time, which feels bad. So, funny thing, I've heard Kingslayer is quite strong. I was told this in my Discord by someone who's played a lot of this game, and I'm gonna believe them. All right, let's see if we get absolutely ruined here. So, charge effectiveness down per equipped projectile spell sucks. Area spells have less spell power sucks. But honestly, those are not as bad as enemies deal a billion more damage. I don't know if we survive this because we have reduced armor. We're gonna get double hexed and we have reduced attack speed for this arena, but I don't think it's worth spending a Fate Stone on. We do have an Elite Killer. We also have to decide where that Elite Killer is going. Also, this probably needs to go. Decisions, huh? Summon Greatsword's actually fine here. We have... Well, we don't have the breaker spells for it, but we could give that to it, needed. So, kind of feels like it's time to pivot, huh? I think Equilibrium lets us do that, so let's, move some stuff over. So, we want Equilibrium here. I guess we'll put Ice Shock Nova here. I mean, that works. This generates a bulwark charge. This spends a bulwark charge to buff both spells. Giving this an extra projectile. Pretty good. We could put Kingslayer on the bouncing hail because it's already an elite killer. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Oh, we have actually... Maybe I should have waited. We got some real choices here. I think Unmaker's terrible. I've said it before. I think Necrobite's good. And we know Locust Swarm is good because I used it last time and it was pretty powerful. I think I'm going to take another Equilibrium, though. We're trying to pair it up. Eye of Autumn. Eye of Autumn gives us another tag. It's also a Seer and a Ward spell. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so... we do have Electros here. It's fine, but not great. We have Empower, which I think is just always good. Probably good enough to just take, huh? Do I want to rock with this setup? I think we're going to. Let's see how this performs against minions. Very curious, because this is a... wow, okay. Maybe Kingslayer's actually, like, secretly kind of goated. Like, it's on a bad spell right now, but... it's a second damage dealer. It would require you to have at least 2 spells that deal damage, though. I know it's kind of unrealistic not to have that. Okay, now we get to really decide. Interesting. I've never used Summon Siphoner. I don't even know what this does. So whenever you cast a refill spell, you have a 50% chance of summoning an Armor Spectre. That's really strong. Or, oh no, you end up summoning an Attack Spectre most of the time instead. That's less good. What's the active thing? Passive, all minions get an extra second of lifetime. Active, summon a Siphoner. Heals you for 10% of the damage dealt. Refill 2. Oh, that... that seems awfully powerful. I know for a fact Earth Shatter is very good because I've used it, and then it's just a good DPS spell. Not even that, it's actually really good with Kingslayer too. And then we have Blood Bond. This spell's mana blocked. Transform the closest spell into Hemathorn. Launch 3 projectiles in every direction, dealing 30. It only casts 14. It's a Syntech, which is good for extra traits. It does mana block a spell, but then it transforms it, so I don't know. Well, it mana blocks itself. Siphoner feels like it might be the choice. I guess the only problem with Siphoner, right, is that Siphoner doesn't heal. Or it doesn't scale damage based on spell power. You notice it scales time. Not great. What about the Awakenings? I guess those could matter. Siphoner heals you for 30 up from 15. Okay, the the actual text is not correct on Siphoner, but whatever, that's fine. Mana block the spell. Spell power gain from the spell is passive. Okay, we know Earth Shatter is good. Hemathorn fires 1 additional projectile for every 1 active trait. Oh my god. Spell's combat start effect now transforms the closest spell into Excision instead of Hemathorn. Deals 60 damage to surrounding enemies. The shape of this attack alternates between 3 different forms. That sounds kind of neat. I'm going to take Blood Bond. I don't know. Try it out. We are going to skip and level up. And now we definitely want more traits. We have these 3. We have the Breaker, Bulwark, Enigma combo. So another Frost spell gets us Frost Draft, which might just be the easiest thing to do, is just throw on a Cryostone. Or actually, we could even throw on a Ice Knight here. So this is Ward. It's a Summoner. Okay, I'll take an Ice Knight, throw it on. More traits, the better, right? That's kind of what we're living by right now. By that logic, werewolf form's kind of funny, especially if you put it at the very end. Here's from the closest spell to Hemothorn. Closest would be on the right, so it would be Ice Knight. There's things happening here. I'm gonna take werewolf form. We're just gonna see what happens. Putting a lot of time into this run. Really thinking it through. I'm curious how powerful Hemothorn is gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be really good, but we need to like throw something in it to make it good. I think I'm actually gonna take refreshes right now. I think getting more pairs is gonna be important, and like trying not to lose so many lives so early. This all sucks. Infernado has a bunch of tags. These are all like whatever. I'll take Battlecry. Might use Battlecry at some point. Doomblast is a really good spell. Typically. Haunting Dash is not something I've ever really been excited by. I think we'll just take another Battlecry while we're here. I guess we could have taken a Syntech thing, but man, we're doing fine, so we might as well pair up while we can. Ooh, Glacial Step. I mentioned before, Glacial Step kind of pisses me off sometimes because you always just like bounce out of the way. But at the same time, it does things. I also noticed we mana blocked Ice Shock Nova, which I don't even know if that's the right choice now. But maybe it is. It does cost a lot. Actually, maybe this is the answer. And then we need to decide, like, where am I going from here? I guess I can take another Enchanted Greatsword. All right, let's try this. So this time we get more AoE. And we still have our boss killer. So this thing also generates a bulwark charge, which is important. So I guess we need to figure out how we're going to survive, right? That's kind of the issue right now. I think what I've determined is the best permanent buffs to take are ones that nerf yourself. And then fight through that with like more overpowered stuff than what the enemies are doing. Okay. Deal more damage to demigods. Whenever a demigod dies, summon a specter based on the properties of the equipped spell. I wish I knew how many enemies were actually end up as demigods. For the record, we already have a elite killer, which I think is just everything. An elite enemy. What's a special enemy? So is every demigod and hexcaster considered an elite? It is. Okay. I see why Bouncing Hail is good then. Or not Bouncing Hail, Kingslayer is good. Because all the like stronger than normal enemy types just happen to be demigods. I think we're supposed to reroll this though. I don't think it's the answer. Tempest Dagger is tempting. We have two Fate Stones left. What are we doing here? What are we doing with Hemothorn, I guess, is the question now. 3 weaving projectiles in every direction. Tempest Dagger. I mean, I kind of want a gem that just gives me another, like this. Like, this is kind of exactly what I want. So now we need to decide, do we want Doomquiver spell? Or do we want a Seer spell? Is interesting. Our Necroweave. I mean, Necroweave is not nothing. But I also don't think it's where I want to be. Maybe we're supposed to doomquiver. We could get to 6 if we doomquiver. We could get to 6 anyway, but we could get to 6 easier if we doomquiver. 6 additional projectiles, bouncing hail. We could skip Unmaker, which is really good. Okay, I'm down. Also, being able to make whatchamacallit spells, doomquiver spells into doomquiver spells is not nothing. Oh, brother. Harvest is really good. We can take Bouncing Hail now that we're doing this doomquiver thing. Oh, and there's a Witherstone. It's also a Syntech. Get rid of the werewolf. Oh, there's also Bouncing Hail. Shit. I'm supposed to take Bouncing Hail here. It's just a damage boost. Good. This spell now counts as a Doomquiver. I don't think it really matters at the moment where this goes. I'm curious, actually, for science. Let's throw it in here. What happens when this transforms? Is this a Doomquiver spell? I think it is, right? Because it fired 4 projectiles, looked like. Doing some crazy science going on. If this is the case, it also doesn't reflect this, so if the dev happens to be watching or whatever, or someone wants to mention it, this is like a relevant interaction that it should say on this spell now that it has Doomquiver. But that's important to note. I'm going to refresh here because we did get another level. Now we have another slot. Now we have another choice that's kind of difficult. Funny enough, this whole run is just difficult choices. So, Harvest is healing and Enigma. It's really good. It's really good. Finding another Doomquiver spell is probably what we want to do. I am going to grab Eye of Summer because it's probably the most good thing we can do. What the fuck is Summon Pure Soul doing? What is the odds? 4%? Okay, so bonus projectile, summon an additional Pure Soul. So hear me out, right? Like, is this crazy? I feel like I'm cooking. I feel like this one's pretty good. We definitely have room to switch some things around too, if need be. All right, let's take an Ice Knight for now. Like, we do have a defense issue here at some point. Okay, another Ice Knight gets us to 3. There's also Eye of Winter, which is just a disgusting ability. But I think for the sake of winning now, we click this button. Okay, I'm kind of curious. What's about to happen with this Pyre Soul? I also think Bouncing Hail is just going to actually just fuck all the enemies. Yeah, it's already our top damage dealer. Holy moly. Is Kingslayer secretly the best gem? Oh my god. Wait. Summons 3. Bonus projectile summon an additional. Am I blind? Is it not summoning a 4th one? So I'm only seeing 3. Having said that, they're doing an astounding amount of damage. Okay, well, now that we're here, Accelerator is extra spell power, but it's only up to 50. It's not great. It's also not defensive. Zephyr, on cast or auto cast, you get extra evasion, which is very powerful. Not necessarily the craziest thing we're doing. I do notice that Bouncing Hail and Summon Pyre Soul are our top DPS things, so that matters. How many buff spells do we have equipped? Bloodbound doesn't even count as a buff spell. It's kind of messed up. Enigma is a buff spell. Is Witherstone a buff spell? It is. We're almost certainly going to equip it. Okay. Okay, I'll take it. Projectiles have 20% reduced spell power. That's fine, whatever. Hexcasters cast more frequently. Yeah, I think these are fine because we have a boss killer, right? And I really don't want to spend my reroll. I think that's where I'm at with the game right now. Okay, so I think we also get to shop refresh. All right, Witherstone. This is going to be complicated because once Witherstone comes in, we got to like figure out how to place this without losing too much stuff. I mean, Summon Greatsword actually doesn't... It triggers Summoner right now, but I think this gives us Phantom, so that's just, like, straight up better. Turns out that's true. By that logic, do I just throw these here at the front? Oh, doomquiver 4. It shows it's affecting this. Okay. Well... for this here. That is a Bone Storm. I think Bone Storm is like really, really strong. Doesn't really fit with what we're doing, but I think it's good enough you just take it anyway, and like if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, oh well. All right, so Greatsword can go. I guess did it just fall off the... I think it just fell off the DPS chart. It's funny. That is an Ice Meteor. If this is mana blocked, gain 45 Hex Deflection score. I'm going to be honest, that seems like a strictly better thing to block than Ice Knight. Yeah. It doesn't have Summoner, but that doesn't matter. It is Phantom and Frostcraft, so it's just like a straight up 1-for-1. We lose a little bit of HP. We keep our Phantom, but more importantly, we get 45 Hex Deflection because it stays mana block. I mean, that seems like a deal and a half. I don't think we're in the business for Cutthroat Strike. I don't think we're in the business for Haunting Dash either. Feels like a pass here. Okay. Oh, I forgot we do still get to cast it, right? Because of Frostcraft's mastery. It's not actually just completely block it. You do get to cast a spell. It's just it's just mana block. That's fine though. Okay, we cooked there. Arcana and Spirit. We don't have either of those. Closest to Excision instead of Hemothorn. Requires 1 extra projectile for every trait. I mean, it's got to be this one, right? I'm going to take XP now and see if we can level up. Kind of in that spot where like there's stuff to grab, but at the same time, it's not really doing anything for us at the moment. We feel strong enough. That's a lot of projectiles from that. That is... that is a lot of projectiles. There's a lot of damage too. Okay. And this is an insane boss killer. Hold up. This is actually looking quite good. All right, we're close to another level, so that's nice. Feels like we take another equilibrium here, get rid of the sword. We're more likely to get to silver level Witherstone than we are gold Bouncing Hail, so I think that's pretty safe choice. All right. All right. One death going into 13 is pretty good. With 2 Fate Stones still. Yeah, I like this so far. Pyrosoul's kind of fallen off. Notably. Ooh. Gain mana score equal to 25% of your combined mana costs. And armor score. I said mana score. I don't know why. I don't know about that one. I don't know. We do have Ice Meteor. But at the same time, it's kind of funky. Oh my god, I just realized. Oh, it's not a projectile spell. Damn it. I was going to say, we should be able to throw doomquiver onto Ice Meteor and it should work, but that's not the case. Gemlord's Tunic's okay. I think there's better chest options, right? Mana Cloak's good. Flesh Prison is actually like pretty good with Ice Meteor. You just want defensive stuff. Armor equal to 25% of your combined mana costs. I just don't know if that's gonna be good. Void Mantle's crazy. So Gemlord's Tunic's the real question, right? So we've got a few spells. They're gonna get bonus spell power and 20% more mana regeneration, but I just don't think that. I think we do better. Like Void Mantle is straight up, I think, better. Bone Watcher we're not after. Left and right most spell generate charges. I think I'm just gonna take Void Mantle. Be happy with it. And I think we're privileged enough here that we just get to skip it and go for the 3. Now, we do have corpse consumption, don't we? Not a lot. not a lot. And that is what puts Bone Storm into the obscene categories. I guess I could throw it onto table for now. That is a Dark Reunion. How many blitz charges do we make? Not enough. Okay. Makes it easy. We just take the Witherstone upgrade. I think I'm going to go for Ice Meteor here. We're not God Smiting. I do think Mystic Path is very good. Like we're done with Empower. Not done with Eye of Summer yet, though. Okay. Okay, that was a lot of good choices. So... Eye of Winter, huh? Nah, Eye Shock Nova turns on too many traits for us. Is the problem here. Flame Demon is nothing, I guess, realistically. I'll take Eye of Winter because this is the best spell, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to matter. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things active. We get 4% damage per active trait. It's pretty good. So our XP bonus is gone now, right? Like our belt served its purpose, though. We hit max level on 14, which is more HP early. And early game is the hardest, so we just gotta do broken things. That is a locust swarm. I think we are forced to take locust swarm. I'm still of the opinion that Unmaker is just a terrible spell. I've never gotten it to do anything good for me ever, so I'm gonna continue with that. And, like, I've tried it multiple times. All right, let's upgrade Witherstone. Mystic Path, I like. I do. Summon Ice Knight could probably go. Eternal Crown's neat, but no. I think we're more likely to use Eye of Summer than Eye of Winter at this point. And as much as I love Dark Reunion, I don't think we're using that. Is there any way we can get additional tags here? I think we already have everything is the problem. That makes Enigma better. I still think Bone Storm's that great. I mean, I guess also Pyrosoul isn't that great either. It's giving us nothing. Like, if I swap it out straight for a Locust Swarm, it's probably better. And then I get to put the gem over here. Seems good. So we still have Doomquiver. We still have all of our stuff active. Bonus projectiles launch 2 more Greater Locust, which is powerful. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. All right. 415. Still got our King Slaying Bouncing Hail. I guess we could have ordered this differently, though. Mystic Path should be right before Bouncing Hail. Yeah. Yeah, it just would have been strictly better. Okay, so this is good. Is what I've determined. It turns out all you need to win is to take your time. Also, I guess there's some days where my brain just doesn't work as well as others. I think the last video I did of this was like I was trying to force it. Tribute's not very good. Panicia's not very good. We only have 1 reroll. I don't really care about area spells. Could just take Tyrant. Could just take Tyrant. It's fine. Not exciting. We don't have minions. Maybe we reroll. We just accept our fate. Yeah. This sucks. Haste isn't bad at all. Okay. Sure. Martial spells cost 10 more mana. You generate less mana. Those suck. Charges. Yeah. Reduced armor score is a little sketchy. Projectile curse. We're basically stuck at half-life the entire run. But whatever. I think overall those choices aren't going to affect us all that much. So, like I said before, this needs to go here so that we generate an Enigma spell so that Bouncing Hail can use it. This needs to go on a 40 cost spell, and preferably one towards the start. I mean, every 5 seconds we trigger Ice Meteor, which would give us... I don't know, we could try it for now. We could try it. All right, Pyrosoul's gone. Equilibrium in. Pyrosphere is a different story. That's a real spell that we're after. Get Lightning Blast out of here. It's probably not happening. Okay. So this needs to find its way into in somewhere. I kind of feels bad. It's just gonna go right here. So Bouncing Hail loses its charge almost immediately, but gain 6 mana whenever you autocast a projectile spell. We don't autocast a lot of projectile spells, huh? I guess that's the worst part of this. Well, the good part of this is +6 projectiles for our spells. So I guess we just accept that that's not the perfect combo. These are not what we're after. Okay, we're really close to... Got 2 silver equilibriums. That's pretty nice. Bulwark. Chains of Madness. Not a projectile spell, oddly enough. Huh. It's like doomquiver only works on projectile spells. All right, I think this is gonna be really good, actually. I think it's also possible that equilibrium should be adjacent to Bouncing Hail at this point, because I don't think non-elites matter like this, so that this gets the benefit of the Enigma charge. Makes sense. Okay, now I think we're just trying to pair stuff. There's certainly a world where I can like throw a few other things in, but I'm mostly happy with this at the moment. And you do have, okay, those all suck. And you do have to like get the mastery spell to get to Doomquiver 8, which I do think is kind of a, it's not my favorite balance point of this game. Like having to have the mastery spell to get to the top tier of any specific thing kind of sucks. Cause like, look, even if we have everything, right? We can have all 6 spells plus our gem. We can still only get to 7. That's, I don't know, not the best balance. All right. What's the question here? Whenever you cast your mastery spell, grant it Martial 3. If it's not an attack spell, grant the 2 closest spells 5 spell power. No. And attack damage. Make them martial. Also, not really. This is maybe the most interesting one. Giving the 2 closest spells to your mastery spell will refill 1 and 20 spell power. And you get some shield. So this would give Hemathorn refill 1 and 20 spell power, which I think is like really good. I think it's so good, I'm just gonna take it. Because we don't care about this having refill because it's blocked. Yeah. Okay, well I'd like to take Equilibrium, but we gotta take a Locust Swarm here. Get that to silver at least. We'll come back to the other. I just don't think we're mind bombing at this point. Feels like we're kind of locked into what we're doing. I think there's a world where Cryostone fits, but I don't know what I could get rid of to Mystic Path? Maybe? I don't know. So we're just bouncing hailing out the elites and then Hemothorning everything that's not an elite. Is that what's happening here? I mean, it's kind of feels fine. There's another Bone Storm. I don't think it's happening. Shit, I'm out of space. Okay. Maybe I should get rid of the Bone Storm then. Yeah. If we're not boning, there's no reason for Bone Storm. Quote me. Oh, as a bunch of trash. Okay. Well, we still have 4 lives. We're on 19. Our HP is looking surprisingly decent, considering the fact that every time we cast a projectile spell, we take 30 damage, which is just really stupid, to be honest with you, but it's fine. Seems to be fine. A resonance reward. Duplicate any spell twice. Gold Enigma. We can immediately get Gold Enigma. The percentage on 3s. 3s are the literal most common thing. We're not skipping. This is terrible. We don't need tier 2 spells. The question is really just 12 shop refreshes versus duplicate. I think we're just gonna duplicate. I think we're just gonna do this. Yeah. It's not even like crazy. It's just buff the adjacent spells by 1, but like still good. It's still good. All right. Yeah. I'm honestly like kind of happy with that. Silver Meteor, everything's coming out pretty good right now. Like Dark Reunion out of respect, but I don't think it's making it squad. So do we get through this without losing a life? Okay, this spell is ridiculous. This is really like clearing out the trash. I don't know how good Bouncing Hail actually is, or if it's just Kingslayer being ridiculous, but it's something's happening here where this is just nuts. Pyrosphere is doing nothing. Admittedly, I guess part of that is the fact that we don't have autocast for stuff. Refill 3. So it might look kind of silly, but I think Hurricane onto Equilibrium is probably the best thing we can do. It's super cheap. We grant the adjacent spell's spell power, and it's generating an Enigma charge, so it's casting something for us. Not at like super high effectiveness, admittedly, but yeah, I don't know what else we're doing with it. Confluence is also quite strong, but I think I just want a Hurricane. And are we just eating this? 40 reduced health regeneration. Cast a martial spell down. Martial spells have reduced power. Sure. Just evasion. I think it could be worse. Kind of just one of those things where you accept your fate. All right, throw it in. No spell power. Okay, so grants it 1 to other sides, but it does trigger Enigma like over and over and over. Is Unmaker going to be better than Pyrosphere here? After adding that, the problem is we haven't been scaling it this whole time. I guess that's the real conundrum we're faced with. All right, let's just try and get dupes right now. Try and get the dupes. Witherstone? Oh, we're almost full. Okay, so we're just not upgrading Lightning Blast at this point in the run. It's too late. Let's try this. Seems good. Seems good. Like, it's just free spells. Free spells at lower, you know, lower rates. We do get to switch out Pyrosphere for Unmaker if we want. Okay, so two left shoes is crazy. The problem is it's really bad with Syntech because of the way it works. So you don't actually get the tags for duplicate spells. Wondrous Way is not very good here. Generate a charge, you get attack damage is fine. However, you will note that we have like no martial spells. So that's not great. I think we reroll this. Whenever a charge is spent by a spell, reply that charge's effect. Projectile spells gain 1 spell power per active minion. Every 4 seconds, summon an evasion specter. Minions gain 1 second bonus lifetime. No, that doesn't seem very good. Summon a greater armor specter for each buff spell you have is not the end of the world. But it also is like, it's 2. It's 2 and 200 health. It's not my favorite. So recursive gauntlets, greaves, not gauntlets. This thing is very intriguing to me. So we have 2 Enigma spenders immediately. Charges to get 25 effectiveness. I have the haste gem over there. I think it's actually fine. Okay. So this is actually cheaper too. Which might be the most interesting part of it. It doesn't add anything. It does spend charges though, I think is important. So Pyrosphere is out. Didn't think I'd be taking out Pyrosphere for Unmaker, to be honest. It was not on the agenda. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta figure out what's working as you go. All right, let's rock. So we generate a bunch of charges, and then we cash in those charges almost immediately, which is nice. Bouncing Hail is still doing the killing. I was supposed to move Templar over to Military Swarm because it does more damage than Lightning Blast. But I forgot. So, whoops. That's okay though. Nothing here. Okay. Just trying to pair things up. That's all, game. Trying to pair things up. Nope, that's done. Okay, so let's move this over to here like I wanted to. Man, that reduces its spell power and increases its cost. It's actually a nerf. Wait, did I just not want the Templar Gem? Holy shit. Did our debuffs actually make it so that it's bad? Our martial spells have reduced spell power. Martial spells cost 10 more mana. I think Templar is just bad. That's hilarious. All right, so this gem is just gonna sit here. Disgusting. Oh well. I think the real interesting part about this is how the hell am I alive? Like defensively, is it just because enemies are just dying so fast? We also have Void Mantle, which is crazy as balls. Heavy Crown's not terrible either. I mean, I guess that's just the long and short of it. Oh, okay. Gotta get out of here so I can grab another Bouncing Hail and hope.
Shock Nova's out. We're close to a gold Locust Swarm. That'd be nice. We're on 24. We only have a few more chances here. I think it would be nice to have gold Locust Swarm going into the final wave, but I would be fine without it. We're at 4 lives still. It's a lot of room to give. A lot of room to give. DPS is strong. It's strong and varied. I think that's what's really going on here that makes it better than what it was. Oh. Duplicate any tier 1, 2, or 3. Well, fuck. That doesn't seem to work. And Fate Weavers is a bad roll, so I guess we get 3 more shop refreshes before the final dawn of the final day here. Okay, this is out. Grab Bouncing Hail. Grab another gold Bouncing Hail. That's sweet. Let's go. Unmakers, probably not happening. Gold Doomquiver. Our gold Witherstone are those are both on the table right now. All right, one more reroll. Oh, oh, look at what a shame. So close. Wish you could turn in stuff for rerolls, man. Ugh, all right. I don't think I want to change anything. Unmaker's terrible, but it generates us shield. Final battle. Fight. Okay, this is like this refill equilibrium bullshit that we're doing seems to be very strong. Syntech Doomquiver, huh? I think Unbound Growth is the secret to this. And then everything else kind of, well, I say that, but it might be Kingslayer is the secret. Like Bouncing Hail is our top DPS. That's ridiculous. I don't even know if we're gonna die here. Our DPS is like over 3,500. That's really good. Gate 10 completed finally. My nightmares are over. Bro, this shit's like hard. This is an hour-long video of me like taking my time for everything. This is not even close to the build I expect to do it on. Yes! Beat Gate 10. Oh my god, there's achievements for beating Gate 10 with each mastery. Something just popped up on Steam. That's that's mildly upsetting. Okay, probably won't do that till the balance changes. But yeah, that worked. I'll hover over it here so you guys can see. Hope you like the video and the thought processes behind all of this. I am glad I was able to do it in one take. You know, it makes sense because I talked about how early I was going to skip if, you know, we had some bad early runs. But turns out Kingslayer is great, right? Shout out to my Discord fam for the enlightenment on it. It's actually just so good. If you guys aren't on the Discord and want to come hang out and whatnot, there's a link in the description. It's a pretty cool place. You can level up now. But anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Another video. I don't know if we're going to move over to the Cosmic Huntress until the update for the game. We might take a break from this game for a bit because there's a lot of other stuff I have on the agenda. But if you do want to see more of this, let me know. But if you're watching this and you like this, go check out my Oaken Tower videos because I'm loving that game. It is a PvP version of like this type of thing, but it's a blast. Anyways, enough of that. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Jeff out. Bye.